So round number 1 of STC qualifier number 1, and we will start off with Adri here on STC Summer Rain. We have 34 players on the track, and a reminder, only the top 25 go through. We're seeing mistakes aplenty. There's names flying left, right and centre, but up at the top we can see Beam, we can see Deska, Razor, as all of which we would expect will go up to Beef here, who is fighting for 3rd position along with Silver. We'll keep an eye on the players around about the top positions, as we'll be looking to see who goes through from these rounds. We'll see if we can pick up on any mistakes, but Razor is leading round number 1. Nice fast section going through there, and a long left-hander. Late apex. Razor comes out better, going really close to the outside here though. He can take the lead, solidify it, and finish in 1st position to net himself the first 100 points of our first qualifier, followed by Beef, Kronos, Yo-Yo, Silver. I believe Beam was part of that as well. And let's see, Beam, Deska, and Kraf. We've got Rodur and Adri following them up in the top 10. And that is our lineup so far. So let's go to our number 9, who is Rodur of S7, long-time TMNF team. Finally breaking the water into TM2, so to speak. The long right-hander here, quite a tight section here. Need to worry about getting through the CP and making the checkpoint, but still going through the rest of the circuit. Here, Razor actually falling down a little bit here, and Beef going too wide there, smashes into the wall. Bit of the faster players can rely upon just singular rounds to kind of get them the points they need. Maybe not 1 or 2, but as you can see, there's a lot of points for the top positions, so the players can rely upon at least players making mistakes. Deska making a big mistake though. A bit wild through that corner there, and we find Razor once again in 1st place, followed by our man Rodur this time. However, Rodur gets a no drift. Bit of a caster's cast there, and Rodur has fallen. Silver made a big mistake there. Where is Silver? He has to respawn, so that'll be a lot of points cost for Silver there. Has to do the safe finish. Will he have enough time? He flips over and Silver doesn't make it. That's a lot of points lost for Silver. He'll go from 5th all the way down to 20th here. So we'll focus on Silver this time. See what kind of recovery he can make on STC Summer Rain on our 2nd to last round. Seeing a few people all over the place in the start there, but pack will start to thin out relatively soon. Again, going through the relatively tight section here. I see Shiva doing it in style, going through the middle of the CP. Not even a little flares at the edges. Still having some issues here though. Nevertheless, he is near the top 10. You can see this big pack of cars in front of us. It's like in cycling. There's a lead pack and then there's a chase pack, it seems to be. There's Adri actually going for the inside line. You can see that kind of costs him. He loses a lot of speed going through this uphill. He's actually nearly caught by Silver, but Rodur having issues there, but he gets an inside line as a result, and he gets overtaken. Silver now finding his way in 9th position. Mistakes being made by a few players. Beef dropping down as well. Points won't be as costly. And Razor. Oh, and what happened to Kronos there? Kronos went flying. Kronos had to respawn, and Kronos threw away the 1st place there. Unfortunately for him, he does have to settle for 25th position. So Razor are top 2 and Kronos threw that away there. But regardless, Marson takes it home, and Silver managed to get 2nd from 9th going into the last corner. But we will check out Beef, who made a few big mistakes so far. See if he can get his momentum going for the later rounds and right here in this match. So what we'll be kind of be looking for is, as I said, we expect a lot of the highly skilled players to be making it through these rounds. However, with these rounds, we'll be also looking to see what kind of players are carrying a lot of momentum. I mean, a few of them might have good times, but that does not mean they will be winning, of course. But to see a good regular pace being set by these players. See here, Beef looking strong, get a good lead here over his opponents of Kronos and Razor behind them. Everyone in this map seems to at least have had one bad round, but Kronos right behind Beef here, looking to challenge for the 1st place, get the extra 100 points, and he does. Great job there by Kronos with a 54.0, followed by Beef with also, around about the same time, Razor, Yo-Yo, Flex also brought up our top 5, I believe. Silver, Rodur, and Beam round off, so Marson nowhere to be seen. Carson drops down to 3rd place, going into the second map, which will be STC 1000 Exploding Suns by Colors. So let's check that out. And there we are. So that was STC 1000 Exploding Suns by Colors. Let's check out the world record for this year. We go up here. Check MX first of all. Be a moment. So Kronos with a 46.612. So our world record holder is with us in the server. We have a few very close time to that though. We have Razor also on server. A .638. Beef also here. 738 done by Beef. Silver as well, not too far behind, a .808. Let's see, we've got Tween up here, a 658. Let's see any others. We've got Default, Ratchet. Any others in this server? Let's see. Deska, 268. Adri, 283. Silver, 472, a bit further behind. Shiva, 592, will be looking for points. Rodur as well, Yo-Yo down there, Beam, Marson, we've got quite a few good guys here. Let's check out Exless from Orcs Red, what he can show us today, and welcome Michelle, the Michelle. Hope you're doing well, and the Bombo. That Exless has made a big mistake there. Exless is out of that round. We're down to Flex here, rounding off our top 12 with 280 points, over alongside Adri, so he's got some work to do to consolidate his position. But he has made a big mistake, as we see here. So is Silver. Let's check out Adri, who he is going against in points. Adri much closer to the top, along with Shiva. Kronos, Deska, and Beef leading the fray into 1000 Exploding Suns. Do love that name, I must be honest. So quite a tight ending there. Need to have a good angle for it, but Beef's showing us how it's done. Another 100 points for Beef. 47.118. Sorry, not another 100 points. I believe that's his first 100 points. So that may result in Beef actually taking the lead here. It does. 424 points for Beef, and Yo-Yo. He might not have had the best times at the very least, but Yo-Yo staying consistent and actually finding himself second in points. So that's what I'm saying. Might not be able to be the best times that these players are doing, but if they can keep the consistency and get good momentum going, they may be the players that are harder to stop. Of course. And thank you, the Fall Denver. Welcome. Ex-Denver, rather. You're doing well. Hope you're doing fantastic. But regardless, you're on round number 2 of 1000 Exploding Suns here, and Silver this time is in the lead. But as you can see here, Yo-Yo again, not going for the best times here. Just going for what's comfortable, but crashing into the wall is not comfortable no matter what way you put it. However, still finds himself in the top 10, actually in 8th position now, going into the final turn. Takes a bit of a deep line into it and a late finish, but does get himself in, no problem. Just behind Deska there in 9th position, but Razor actually with another win there, up to 100 points. He's looking to fight for that first place. Unfortunately, Tween not in this server. I believe he is in the same server as Carl Jr., so that'll be an interesting battle. But regardless, let's check out our man Beam. 450 points. Do we find Beam representing Exile? Looking good as Beam so far in this qualifier, despite being against some very strong players. Beef showing us that ain't no man's fault. Is finding himself a bit down the order though. As you can see, the players are making mistakes, and perhaps that's what Beef is capitalising on. Sorry, Beam, pardon me. Beam. Oh, he makes a mistake this time though. Let's go to Rodur. 421 points for him. Oh, mistakes aplenty here. Yo-Yo, Razor. I believe that was a Septi as well, falling by the waysides. Adri has left. Adri perhaps rage quit, unfortunately, but Rodur finds himself in 6th position. Good job there by the Frenchman. Former Lioncast player, if I remember correctly. If my memory serves me well, which not often it does, but regardless. And is a 46.84 by Kronos. That's an incredible time done by French powerhouse, but let's actually go down the order a little bit. So we see here Shiva and Adri and Silver having some problems here. Panda, but let's go to a magic position of 25th. So we see a Septi here, having some trouble actually with one of the players we'll be fighting against, no doubt. But a Septi is in the danger position. He needs points here, as he's in 25th. A reminder, only top 25 go through to the next qualifier. As long as a Septi doesn't drop any positions, he should be fine here. This is good points in 16th position. Actually overtaking a few here, so showing his skill, the man from Exalty. As well there, Panda making a mistake, but a Septi loses speed and he will lose time with that no drift. But regardless, he'll still get a decent position here, and a few players actually crashed. Deska we saw falling down. And that will be decent points for a Septi, so he should get himself a bit of breathing room, I'd think. But Kronos showing he's got what it takes on this map. Him and Beef going toe to toe here. 692 points for Beef and 691 points for Kronos. So very close battle up here at the top between these two players. But nevertheless, we will move on to STC Sunburn by Xarox. Check out the lovely video for that. There we are, that is STC Sunburn by Xarox. Nice little overview there. Of course, the previous map was night mode, whatever one it is. Well, this map, of course, clearly different. This is the one we saw at the very start, when we first started our cast today. Few tight, fast sections here, a lot of blue parts. And a funky finish jump, so I'll have a Septi take us through this, hopefully. Nice outside line, nice big jump, and there you see the danger of this finish. Not very easy to reach. Easily can cause problems, of course. Thank you for following Lil Nawak. Welcome. Believe a Trackmania player if I recognise the name. Here we go, round number 1. Let's go up to the top of the pack. We see Beef still in the lead, 692 points. Let's see what he can do here. Times we were seeing in the warm-up, if I remember correctly, were around 52 zeros to 52 twos we were seeing from the top players. A question of what we can expect in rounds compared to time attack here, but what we are seeing is Beef having some trouble compared to Kronos, who's actually up in the lead. By quite a distance is Kronos. Was the strongest player in the warm-up though, if I do remember correctly, but Beef up in 3rd position. Yo-Yo claimed by the wall. I'm praising Yo-Yo for his consistency, and after I said that, he kept making mistakes, as does Beef. Let's check out Kronos making the jump. Makes it inside, so he's got less of a distance to jump. Razor makes it. Any lost points? Looks as if Rodua had some trouble. All the rest of our players look fine, so Kronos overtakes the lead. 791 points as the score for the Frenchman. As you see here quickly, the Dedimania record's 51.778 by Magorian. He does have the world record. Kronos not far behind, the 905. So let's watch Deska this time though. He's currently finding himself in 11th. Bit more outside there to get a little bit more speed, as you see. Getting a very good line through these corners, Deska, and he finds himself very close to the lead here. He's going for it. He wants a bit of extra points. Bit of bragging rights here. However, Razor and Kronos are taking that away from him. Currently finding himself top 5 though is Deska. Can't complain with that. That'll be good points. Has to release a little bit so he doesn't go too wide though. I think with Yo-Yo here, but he doesn't get the best line going there. Bit awkward. Kronos makes a mistake. Deska will have good speed here though, and he should get 2nd, and he does, only just. Rodua and Beef right behind him, and where's Kronos? Kronos is just behind. He actually finishes 14th position, does Kronos. The points lost for Kronos, so Beef's getting closer to him, and they're 1 point of a difference once again. And thank you for the raid, Mudder. Welcome. Hope you're doing very well, sir. Kronos makes another mistake though, but while we are checking that out, let's check the top 25 as well. So, oh my god, that was actually kind of scary. There we go. Thank you very much, Mudderman. Appreciate it. Appreciate the resub. Welcome back. We have Adri who's dropped out of 25th, but he will not be participating anymore. We have Ramal from LWJ, it looks like here. Have a few players down here along with him, so Ramal will be wanting to get more points here. He's in 23rd at the moment. He'll be wanting to gain positions, but he's having trouble here. Nero, who's also very close here, if I remember right, 30th position. Nero needs to get approximately 100 more points. Let's see what other ones we've got around here. Few players we're seeing dropping down every now and then. Nero going for the safe finish as he should. 18th position for Nero, and that'll be good points gained actually just behind Razor. Beef takes home this round this time, looking to consolidate his lead over Kronos finally. 956 points for Beef, followed by Kronos and Razor. X-Less in 4th, and Yo-Yo's actually dropped quite a bit down here, but let's have a look here. Any players of which are having struggles? I wonder. Let's check out Table, an A&E trialist. Formerly a DAC SP player, if I'm correct. Marson gets an no drift there. Marson goes away, way. Table goes away, into the wall. There's Table. Up to Munrev. Not a name I'm familiar with, but regardless. Finding himself in 30th position, just behind Flex though. A bit of a recovery might be needed for Munrev. NRGs, where is he? Actually, made another mistake. Everyone I seem to go to has made a mistake here. Panda, we let us down. Panda's not. Panda's in 2nd place. Just overtaking Yo-Yo for another mistake by Yo-Yo. Razor takes 1st place. Panda going just for a bit more of an angle for the jump. And nets himself 90 points. A nice reward for good work done by Panda. That should mean Panda will get a few positions perhaps here. Definitely overtake Peems. The others will Panda get? And Panda moves to 14th, 1 point ahead of Craft. So, move on to a final map of this cycle, STC Litha by Skadi. So there we are, that is STC Litha by Skadi. Again, the only other map we have remaining is STC Holidays by Busy, but that will only be into play once the qualifications are over. There was a vote taking place between the registrants of the Cup as to what map they wanted to defer to the quarterfinals and such, and Holidays was chosen. So, Litha, a bit more of a more open map, but still just as difficult. A few new blocks players might not be used to, and Yo-Yo showing us how that can be a problem. Kronos as usual though, showing us how it's done. Into the finish. Quite a difficult finish there. You need a good bit of speed for that. It's a bit deceptive. But are the warm-ups ending? Let's double check the Dedimanias. The world record appears to be at 52.741 by Massa. However, when you look up here, you can see it. Junior sneaked that 52.667. So let's see what will happen here. Let's watch Kronos and his pursuit of Beef. Kronos looking to put himself in as best a position as possible. A lot of mistakes being made by these players again. Qualifying, the qualifier rounds are mostly to kind of thin out the herd, so to speak, of those who have trained a lot or those who are capable of getting the prize money, of course. And only 25 players will make it through from the first round. Kronos certainly going to be one of them. Ran a very strong race so far. Few mistakes, but to be expected when you're getting warm on here. But you see, he makes quite a mistake there, and I think it's 10 people overtake him, and Beam getting on the inside in the action as well. 9th, so I was 1 off. But anyway, Kronos looks like he's going to lose more time here, but I'm going for the little bit of a risky finish. And Kronos finishes 8th position and loses a bit of points on Beef. What Beef getting it with a 53.4. We can expect probably better times the further we go into this match, but now we have actually 4 players who have reached the 1,000 points mark. We have Beef, Kronos, Xless and Razor. So Xless turning in a very good performance here as the Orcs GP red player. Showing some skill from the Frenchman. Showing the French players who matter aren't just Orcs Black, AAA and Gamers Origins, and ECOT for that matter. At the moment, Razor on the lead here. Kraft makes another big mistake here, though. Kraft isn't actually in the top 12. Take a quick look as to where Kraft is. Give me a second. Find himself a bit far behind. 15th here now is Kraft, and we see Pinstorsmere as the one in the danger zone. But regardless, we'll go back to Xless. Once again, looking for a 3rd position, at least as fitting with these standings. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Razor, though, with a 52.9, and that is a nice time by Razor, showing that he has the power to take prize money if he manages to get his day on this track. Regardless, we are now at 9 players on the 1,000 points mark. We are joined by Rodur, Beam, Shiva, Marson and Deska. So we'll watch Shiva here, another A&E trialist by the looks of the tag at the very least. But we have 2 more rounds on Letha, and then we will be done with qualifier number 1. Have a mistake there from Energies. Shiva, though, going for a bit of a kind of deep drift there. Not sure if that cost him time or gained him time there, but regardless. And Shiva making pretty much the same mistake there. Let's go to Gom. Love that name, Gom. Trouble a bit further back here. We'll go up to Yo-Yo, who such a long time was holding the top 3 position. And now he is in 2nd place, but that shows how much trouble this finish can cause you. And that cost Yo-Yo the 2nd place. And Yo-Yo going for it again for some reason. I guess Yo-Yo doesn't mind, he knows he's going to be through. Only 1 round remaining, and Yo-Yo is comfortably in the top 15. And again, it is top 25 which proceeds. So we have 1 more round to decide who will be going through. Let's go to one of our boys on the danger zone. We will go to Nero, who actually is the one who will be needing the points the most. So Nero will be looking for a top 20, if possible. A break there, good job by Nero. Nero's looking good here, 22nd. However, Draze and Grodinu are some of the players in front. Cobalt is as well. Mistakes being made. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough for Nero here. Only 23rd. A lot of players make mistakes though, but not the players he needs to. Pintorsmere is slightly ahead as we can see here. Pintorsmere is the person that Nero needs to overtake, so Nero needs Pintorsmere to make a big mistake here. Perhaps a finish will give us one. Pintorsmere does go for the safe finish, as does Nero. So that looks as if our man Nero is going to be eliminated, along with Tonk TV, Cobalt, Zortia, Adre, Roger Lerutia, Gomek, Taboo. That looks to be it. So our players through. Quickly, Pintorsmere, Draz, Rebal, Grodinu, Accepte, Munrev, Table, Louie, Peems, Energies, Craft125, Flex, Flex, Gom, Yo-Yo, Shiva, Marson, Deska, Silver, Schnufflepilvel, Beam, and the top few, which was Razor, Beef, Kronos, Deska, and Marson, remember right? But there we are. That is qualifier number 1 concluded for this. We will be moving on to qualifier number 2 shortly with the top 25.